They were watching, and right in the middle of the Sahara, they had spotted something that was quite difficult to believe. These were astronauts James McDavid and Edward White, who saw a massive human eye-like structure in the desert filled with sand. Astonishingly, at the center of this structure, there was also a pupil resembling a real human eye. Welcome once again, viewers, to Discover TV's videos. This eye is 165 kilometers in length and 70 kilometers in width, with a total area of more than 18,500 square km. This means that 30 cities the size of Mumbai and 5 cities the size of Karachi could easily fit inside it. The pupil, which is in a perfectly round shape, has a diameter of 40 kilometers. Such a massive and mysterious structure can only be seen from space and is recognized as the Eye of the Sahara or the Richat Structure. You might think that this is the mark of a massive asteroid impact, but in reality, that is not the case. Scientists have not yet found any evidence of an asteroid impact here. This is why this structure has kept the scientific community in deep confusion. How did this unique and perfectly circular structure appear in the middle of the desert thousands of miles away? We do not know, but historians have described the lost city of Atlantis in a way that closely resembles the Eye of the Sahara. Not just one or two, but dozens of maps of Atlantis describe it as a highly advanced civilization where cities were built in a ring shape, each ring connected by bridges under which seawater flowed. The shape of the Eye of the Sahara and the descriptions of Atlantis have many similarities. As for its location, 2,500 years ago, the Greek historian Herodotus created a map of the world at that time in which he mentioned a city called Atlantis in the western part of Africa. If this map is matched with today's world map, the location of Atlantis coincides exactly with the location of the Richat Structure. Not only this, but 2,000 years ago, the Roman geographer Pomponius Mela also created a world map where he mentioned a city named Atlantia. The orientation of this map was toward the east, but if it is rotated and aligned with the north at the top, it can be seen that he placed Atlantia in the northwest region of the Sahara. Once again, the location of Atlantis matches today's Richat Structure or Eye of the Sahara. If we look at the Richat Structure from the ground, its rings are so massive that no one standing within them would even realize it. Archaeologists have not found any evidence suggesting that a human civilization existed here 12,000 years ago. However, at the same time, no other structure like the Richat Structure has been seen anywhere else in the world. This is why it remains a mystery for science. Apart from the Richat Structure, the Sahara Desert holds many more secrets. The name African Sahara immediately brings to mind scorching sunlight, endless sand dunes, and extreme heat. However, as dry as the Sahara appears today, it has witnessed multiple green periods in Earth's history. The total area of this desert spans 9 million square kilometers, which is about the size of the entire United States or all of Europe. The Sahara is so vast that it is shared by 11 different countries, and it continues to expand. Every 100 years, the Sahara grows by about 10%, but why is this happening, and where did all this sand originally come from? One of the most fascinating sights of the desert is Egypt's White Desert, which looks like the Arctic region during the day. The white sand and uniquely shaped limestone formations make it appear as if someone deliberately sculpted them. But in reality, millions of years ago, this region was the bottom of an ocean. About 250 million years ago, during the age of dinosaurs, an ocean named Tethys existed where the Sahara is today. Over millions of years, the weight of this ocean deposited a thick layer of limestone on its floor. When new continents formed and the ocean receded, wind erosion began to carve out the limestone, transforming it into the White Desert. This same process explains the formation of sand in the Sahara. Areas with limestone became white deserts, while regions with sandstone turned into orange-colored dunes. Surprisingly, the Sahara Desert has not always been this way. Scientists have found fossilized plants and trees beneath the sand that could not survive in the harsh conditions of today's Sahara. This means that the Sahara was once entirely different from what it is today. Around 2.6 million years ago, our planet was heading into its last ice age. The entire world was freezing and glaciers had started forming. Geologists believe this was the beginning of Earth's fifth major ice age. During ice ages, the Earth periodically undergoes extreme climate changes due to shifts in its orbit around the Sun. During the last ice age, the equatorial regions, including Africa, did not freeze but became much cooler, a period known as the African Humid Period. While the rest of the world was covered in thick ice, the Sahara was lush and full of life. There were vast green meadows and flowing rivers stretching for thousands of miles. Lakes, which would be considered the largest in the world if they existed today, covered parts of the desert. The region was home to a variety of animals typically found in rainforests, and early humans migrated here because the greenery supported life. Agriculture was possible, animals could be domesticated, and the climate was livable, similar to what we see in modern Europe. This ice age, which lasted for about 2.5 million years, began to end approximately 11,000 years ago. The Earth's average temperature, which had dropped to -60 degrees Celsius, gradually began to rise. Thick ice sheets started melting, and the glaciers covering the oceans began to retreat. For several thousand years, the Sahara remained a hospitable place, but around 4000 BC, about 6,000 years ago, nature began to reclaim the Sahara's greenery. The fertile land slowly disappeared, and sand once again spread across the region due to contact with wind. A glimpse of the once green Africa can still be seen in the world's longest river, the Nile. Spanning 6,695 kilometers, it originates in Uganda, South Africa, and flows through the Sahara before emptying into the Mediterranean Sea near Egypt. The mysterious glass stone used in the ancient Egyptian pharaoh Tutankhamun's necklace also has its origins in the Sahara. This stone puzzled researchers for years because it was a natural glass unlike any found anywhere else on Earth. For a long time, scientists believed that this stone was not from our planet but had arrived from another world. However, its true origin was eventually discovered within the Sahara. In Libya, scattered among the sand, experts found similar stones. It is believed that around 30 million years ago, an asteroid impact melted the sandstone in this region. At that time, rivers and streams were common here. When the molten sandstone came into contact with water, it rapidly cooled and transformed into glass stone. Despite appearing useless, the Sahara's vast amount of sand plays a crucial role in sustaining life thousands of kilometers away in the Amazon rainforest. Every year, millions of tons of Sahara sand are carried by the wind across the ocean and deposited in South America. This sand contains phosphorus, which makes up only 0.08% of its composition, but it is essential for maintaining the nutrient levels in the Amazon rainforest. Without this natural cycle, the Amazon would face a phosphorus shortage, affecting plant growth. Lastly, let's explore some surprising facts about the Sahara Desert. It is often considered the world's largest desert, but in reality, it is the third largest. The first two are the Antarctic and Arctic deserts. However, it is the largest hot desert on Earth. Although the Sahara is scorching hot, snowfall has been recorded in some places, with temperatures dropping as low as -6 degrees Celsius. We hope you enjoyed this video from Discover TV. Don't forget to like and share, and thank you for your wonderful comments. See you in the next amazing video.